Hey Quad Bros, what is up guys? Welcome back, glad you're here. We got a pretty big dev blog for you guys today. A juicy one, I might add. All right. So this is basically I'm not gonna call it a roadmap. It's kind of a roadmap. I actually like this a little bit more than I like a roadmap. A roadmap, I think, has a lot of baggage in terms of when stuff is coming, while this does not. So I think this is actually a little bit cleaner in that regard. But regardless, this is showing the plans that the Enlisted developers have for Enlisted going forward, based a lot in part to our feedback. So we can take a look here at the almost completed things, the in development stuff, and then down here, things that are being actively considered. So the things that are almost completed, meaning stuff that should be here pretty soon. We don't know when soon is, but it's stuff that, it's being actively worked on. It is close to being completed. So we've got a free release onto Steam. That's a pretty big one. I've already made a video on the Steam release and why it was such a problem and such a failure, so I won't talk about that too much here, but I'm glad to hear that a free release for Steam is coming with improvements to the account linking system. Some UI improvements are coming along nicely, some quality of life, an in-game tutorial for the user interface, that'll be a godsend. I think that's going to be a big thing, and better descriptions for in-game mechanics. Again, a nice thing. However, I'll personally say that I don't like this because my entire YouTube channel is based predominantly around guides for these exact things. So if you make these better, what am I gonna do? Dark flow? No, it is very good to have this. This is a good thing to see. Vehicle and soldier balance. So this is really cool. New engineer built AT guns for high BR. Very excited to hear that. That's a really cool thing. I hope we get, like 88 17 pounders. I don't know what the Russian ones would be. I don't know what the Russian AT, like big AT guns would have been. I'm trying to think. It wouldn't be Zis. We already have Zis guns, like the Zis 76 5 or whatever it was. I don't know. I'm sure someone, might know in the comments down below what that might be. In the Japanese as well, I'm not sure what they would have. But regardless, some new engineer-built AT guns for high BR. That'd be cool. Maybe even associated with the AT squad. I think so. I think that would be cool. New soldier class. New soldiers class. Okay, I'm going to assume that this is a typo and it's supposed to be new soldier class, not soldiers. Maybe that's not true. Maybe they have multiple in development. I'm going to guess it's just one, though. So that's cool. I'm glad to hear that. I don't know what this might be off the top of my head. I think an automatic rifleman class would be a good option to kind of limit the amount of select fire rifles that appear at high BR specifically. And then they can also have like BARs and stuff be associated with that class maybe. Don't know. Just tossing that one out there. An officer class would also be something that people have been talking about for quite a while. So, we'll see. A lot of options there. Silver and research points. Converting excess research points into silver. That's a nice little quality of life thing for those of you that have maxed things out. Gives you an incentive to keep playing those factions that you have already maxed out. But also silver rewards for battle hero medals. This already kind of exists because getting a battle hero medal gives you more research points, and more research points directly translates to more silver. But doing more, like even more, would be a good thing to do. So definitely happy to see that. Revised earnings in Conquest. Great change. This is something that should have happened a long time ago. Like, Conquest has always been a game mode that people haven't really liked, not necessarily because the game mode itself isn't good, although there are some problems with it. More so, it's just a problem with the matches go such a short amount of time that the XP that you get in a Conquest match is just low, right? Because the XP that you earn for a game is pretty heavily tied to how long the game went. So Conquest would just naturally give you a lot less XP. And then a veterans box that has old event rewards for silver. So again, this is a really good thing to have. I would still prefer to have a lot of the old event stuff available in the tech tree, specifically stuff like paratroopers, or like the radio operators that we have right now. This sounds like it's gonna be like an RNG box, which I'm not really like opposed to, right? Like I don't think that like a loot box or whatever is actually that big of a deal, as long as it's not like super atrocious in terms of like what you're getting out of it. So I'm okay with that in that regard. But this is kind of a question mark in terms of like what it looks like, right? Like I think this could be really awful if it's done poorly. Moving on to in development stuff. So again, this is stuff that like it's either like being worked on, but it just started getting worked on, or it's stuff that's like pretty far down the road. They even did like a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star thing. So this is kind of like how far out is it, right? So this is much further out than this stuff. This is like, this could come out in a couple weeks, maybe a couple months. This is like, this could be 6 months down the road, maybe even longer, right? So there you go. New frontline. I think this is supposed to be like a new campaign. I think by frontline, they mean like a new campaign as opposed to like a new set of maps. A new frontline like Japan versus the Soviets, I think is what this is kind of implying. New maps, of course, and combat events. All that is stuff that like we kind of figured was on the way. Specifically, I think combat events, they've mentioned wanting to do a Soviet versus Japan event. So we'll see how that pops up. UI improvements, an option to postpone booster activation. Again, fantastic thing. This should have been added. I know I myself have lost a lot of boosters just because it's like I signed in, I got my daily bonus for logging in, and I just didn't have time to really play a match, or I only got like 2 of my 3 games played or something like that. So it's nice to be able to postpone that. Matchmaking improvements, so a preferred map system. A lot of people are gonna be excited to hear that one. Personally, I don't really care a whole lot. There's a couple maps that I hate, but it's more of I hate campaigns as opposed to specific maps within the campaigns. Like I don't like Japan. I don't like playing like all the Pacific maps just feel the same. So I'm glad to hear this, and I think this will be cool, and I'll definitely use it, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Personally, I think this is a great thing to be adding for clarity, but it's something that like personally I don't really care. I like variety. So I know a lot of people out there really like playing like Tunisia and don't have that option right now. So reworking rules for groups. This is a huge thing. Again, we need this hopefully this is closer to this side than it is to this side, because this is something along with silver bonus for using join any team. Both of these I hope are coming sooner rather than later. And penalties for deserters. Actually, all of these are really cool. These 3 are great. I really want these sooner rather than later. Yesterday I queued into a group of like a 4-stack, and I was solo queuing, and I got shit on, and that sucked. That sucked a lot. So hopefully they rework that a little bit. I actually didn't see this one whenever I went through this first time. Ability to invite friends to ongoing battles. That's interesting. That's really, really interesting. I hope that they... So like what I would... So here's what I would propose. If we're doing this, right? If we're going to do this, here's what I would propose. Have it not only have this exist, but have a button alongside silver bonus for using any team that is like quick play. Like join in progress. That also has a silver bonus. So then it's like... I can join a match that's already started, and I get a bonus like bit of silver for doing so, like a multiplier. Because like I understand that people don't want to join a game that's like 75% of the way done, that they're gonna get shit on in, right? That they're like losing and it's just like a dead game. But at the same time, if you get a silver bonus for doing that, right? Maybe the join any team and join in progress like boosters together could give you like 50% more silver. Then I think people might really be willing to do that. And I think that you could really like, I think it'd be cool to do that. And like, oh, I joined a game that's like halfway through, my team was losing and a bunch of people quit the match, but I joined and we turned things around and I got a 50% silver boost for doing that. And I ended up getting like a huge amount of silver. Like, I think that's a really cool thing to do. I'll also mention that originally they said an XP boost for join any team. Now they're saying silver boost. I hope it's both. At least for the join any team. I hope it's not just silver, but maybe it will be. I don't think it'd be the end of the world if it's just one, but I think originally they did see both, or they said it would be XP. Here we go. Consoles having keyboard, mouse support, and improved controller aim assist. Cool. Considered features here, clans. I'm shocked this is only a considered thing rather than something that's like, we want to do this, but we're not working on it. That should be true. Global chat, I don't give a fuck. I genuinely don't think that matters. I know that some people care about that. I don't know why you'd care about that. Like, Discord exists. I mean, I'm gonna be like genuinely, like seriously, like Discord exists. Like, I think that if you want some sort of global chat, then just join Discord. Just join Discord. Like, it's effectively the same thing, right? I mean, maybe if you care enough, maybe you can make an argument to me on why this is different and why this is like a super needed feature. But personally speaking, this seems like development time that does not need to happen. Clans, on the other hand, are something that absolutely should have happened already. And I hope that this is I hope clans are less of a considered feature and more of a, hey, we want to do this and we're just not working on it right now. Okay. And last but not least, guys, they have a developer Q&A. So they have a lot. They said, hey, we know we're going to have a lot of questions, and we're pleased to announce that they'll be collecting them in a new dev Q&A. So make sure you guys head on over to Reddit or in the forums on Reddit and the newly created channel on Discord, like I just mentioned. This is on the official Enlisted Discord, so make sure you guys join that. I'll link this page in the description in the pinned comment down below, guys, so you guys can get access to these things. I would say comment questions down below, and you should comment. And while you're there, like and subscribe, yada yada yada. Shilling for myself. But I am not going to guarantee in any way that comments that you guys leave down below or questions you leave below are going to be associated with this developer Q&A. I will say that the helpers do watch my videos, and I will say that I know that the developers watch these videos, and they might be reading down below, but they didn't list it here, so there's no guarantee. So if you have a really good question and you really want it answered, make sure you leave it in the forums on Reddit or in the Discord, right? Because that's the only guarantee that we have. So there you go. Otherwise, guys, that's it. It's a huge thing, though. It may not seem like huge, but this is nice. This is huge. I think this is really good communication from the developers about things that are being worked on and things that are in development and things that are coming soon. So I like this a lot. Big thumbs up from me. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this down below, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.